This lecture will look at Unit 1, Business Environment, Learning Outcome 1, Assessment Criteria 1.1, which covers the range of different businesses. At the end of the session, all learners will be able to list at least 2 businesses from the range of different types, research and discuss not-for-profit organisations, create a list of businesses and categorise them into the correct sectors. In addition, some learners may be able to create an information sheet to explain the different business sectors. It is important and useful to classify a business in a range of different ways. Knowing where an organisation operates, what its main objectives are, and what type of sector the business operates in is essential, whether you're a customer or even competitor, so that you can make a better and more informed decision. Businesses can be classified in terms of the size of its operations. They can be local businesses whose operations and customer base is limited to a small region or city, like a corner shop. Or they can be national businesses, which have operations and customers all over the country, like National Rail in the United Kingdom. They can also be international businesses. These are organisations which have operations and customers in more than one country. For example, Eurostar train services. Finally, we have global organisations. These are businesses which have operations in every continent around the world. For example, Coca-Cola. Now we have covered the ways of classifying businesses, research the history of Apple to find out when and how the business became local, national, international, and then global. Please remember that all answers will be submitted at the end of the lecture. Another way to classify businesses is to distinguish whether they are private or public businesses. Public organisations are those that are set up and run or taken over by the government. For example, in the United Kingdom, the National Health Service is a public entity. This is in contrast to private organisations. These are set up, run, or taken over by private individuals. For example, Virgin. There is a difference in the way both sets of organisations are run in terms of the risk taken as well as the efficiency, so there is much debate on which is actually better. We can finally classify organisations into different sectors based on the goods and services they sell. The primary sector refers to those organisations that produce raw materials. Examples of this type of business activity would include oil extraction or a coal mining company. The secondary sector refers to those organisations that use raw materials from the primary sector to manufacture and construct goods into a finished article. Examples of this type of business activity would include construction. The tertiary sector refers to those organisations that provide services. Examples of these types of businesses include teaching, banking, and tourism. Now we have covered the classification of sectors. Classify the following industries into their respective sectors: agriculture, transport, energy, communications, and quarrying. Remember, all answers will need to be submitted at the end of the lecture.